Kong continue the road. Standings here, as you can see in the men's series. For Pool B, Hong Kong leading the way on 9 points. Korea with 7. The Philippines on 5. Chinese Taipei bringing up the rear on 3. Not a massive difference there between Korea and the Philippines. Indicates on form. And there's some gaps to close at the moment. The Pool A standings. The start of Pool A is very soon between UAE and Sri Lanka, but Japan's still atop. As we get ready to take it down to the tunnel for the Tuskers versus the United Arab Emirates. And your teams for the Tuskers. Kim 7, Kevin Dixon. Number 3, Dansha Dayan. 2 stalwart members of this Tusker outfit. Coach is Matthew Lee. And for the UAE, well, there's the name there. Coach Apollo Palladini. And he's brought with him a fairly sizable and physical group of players who will have to adapt pretty quickly to the pace and disciplines of the Asia Rugby 7 series. Got a really very strong opening, very powerful group of players, but they have the ability to last until the end. As onto the pitch come the Tuskers and the Emirates playing in that distinctive jersey. Grant Beesville returns from parts unknown.
Thank you, Jed. Thank you, viewers. It's great to be here and loving the away strip for the reverse strip for the UAE. There's Matt Rodden. Good thing he got his passport sorted this week. Missed out on the tournament in Laos, the under-20 there. Trapped for young players. Didn't have 6 months on his visa and didn't make it to the tournament. Really let his side down. But he's here this weekend. We're lucky to have him. He's one of the appointed referees for the HSBC World 7 Series. He's incredibly experienced. He's a great referee out of New Zealand, and I know his mum will be watching. Here we go then. Sri Lanka versus the UAE. The battle for second spot in the pool. In the early doors, it's here. It's Natuna. He's going to show a clean pair of heels. Well, maybe not clean. They might be a little bit dirty. Yes, a dirty pair of heels there to Kenivalame Natuna.
Well, here we go for Sri Lanka. This will be a very, very interesting task. Fijian-born players in the Emirates give them some real sting.
Apologies there. It was actually Sakyusa Natisau and switched jerseys. He's just coasting along there and the tackle comes in. He's too big, too strong for Janidu Dilshan. And I think, Jed, what we're going to see, perhaps, is winner of this will take second spot, I believe. Imagine seeing UAE up against Philippines.
Well, that'll be some real fireworks.
Yeah, 5th, 6th playoff, one imagines. After this game, we have Japan, China to decide who will perhaps come second. So they'll have to wait till after this game. So a lot of action happening in this pool as Kevin Dixon fires one out wide to get some advantage from Matt Rodden. Here's Dinuk. Good footwork from Dinuk. Beats one, can't beat the second. They've got some real pace, don't they, out wide. Screaming down the wing, it's Surya Bandera. He is one of the campaigners in the Sri Lankan Tusker squad, and they get it wide to him with a little bit of space. And that's good Sri Lankan rugby. That's what we've been accustomed to seeing over these past few seasons. Missing one of their superstars, Danushka Ranjan, in his first event.
Well, that might be the most effective way of Sri Lanka defending against the Emirates. I mean, physically, they're not a match, and the Emirates will be pretty keen to take it straight at them. Of course, they can't if they don't have the ball. This will be the key. Just keep the ball away from these blokes, please.
So 2 reasonably quick tries by 2 quick men. Sri Lankans have converted theirs, so they lead 7 points to 5. Just 3 minutes in, and there's a knock on there from Natisau from the restart. So Sri Lanka now with another crack. This is Riza.
This is good for Sri Lanka. The longer they have the ball in hand, the more they can run the UAE around. This won't help either. Now they're down to 6. And it will become a fitness issue for the UAE. We've seen them blown up.
I'm the referee.
In their opening 2
Next
games.
time I hear from you, you'll sit down. Step back. Step back.
Well, there you go. Mr. Rodden explaining just quietly, well, not even really quietly, how the game's going to go.
Yeah, he was giving it to Jean Butz there as Sri Lanka come winding around the corner for their second try. It was the try scorer, Natisau, who was binned, so just the 6 players, and they've opened the door here for Sri Lanka. Surya Bandara with his second try, injecting himself. They're a cheerful bunch, the Sri Lankans. You see them around the hotel and during the warm-ups. They're always having a laugh with each other and good spirited team. Yesterday, of course, Sri Lanka, they went down narrowly to China in their pool game. So they'll need to win this game, and Japan will have to beat China. They'll all come down to points. Who's going to come second? Of course, just the UAE here could make a mess of things for the Sri Lankans, and they pop it up off the ground there, and this is good from the UAE. They've run out of supporters though, and they all ran past it. There's a couple of players grappling around the head there, and it's can't do that, says Rodden. They'll look to exploit the space again, looking for Surya Bandara. It's Janidu Dilshan out there, but that went forward, so they've wasted an opportunity. Sri Lanka losing their final game of yesterday, 43 points to 5 against Japan. And also going down to China, 14-7, so the 2 losses. UAE, they went down 29-7 to Japan, went well, and they lost to China 24-14. So both these teams without a win, effectively without a chance at taking first or second spot after all.
Well, that certainly won't help. The reaction there by the UAE player says a lot, to be honest. Pretty aggressive bunch.
Game's lost a bit of flow in this last couple of minutes as we close in on half time. UAE back to 7 players.
And the Tuskers playing in front of a few supporters here this afternoon. Out in force on the far side.
We've got a card here. Another card for UAE.
Well, these UAE guys are experiencing their first tournament at the top level. And I'll see what that one's for. There's no real arms in that, was there?
No, and that's Kenny Balami, Matuna there. Not many hands and a little bit late and unnecessary. Back on the field there in 2 is Natisal. So they really needed to try and score again before half time, but putting themselves under pressure with 2 yellow cards in the first half. Ill discipline. We'll see the vibe in the half-time huddle with Apollo Perolini.
Well, coach has really got to try and get his players to channel their frustration into their performance somehow. I seem to hear a lot coming through the microphones, a lot of help for the referees. Matt Ron's used to dealing with a higher caliber player than that.
Vula comes away with it, and it's Matthew Richards with a rare chance, rare touch of the ball. Can they go 80 metres against 7? Well, let's see. That's Andrew Stevenson going to ground. They've lost the ball 4. No, it's a penalty. Really sloppy pass, wasn't it? It's gone into the hands of Jason. And turnover again. Will he go in for 2? Sakyusa Natisal. Good covering from the Sri Lankans. They realise they've got to hang on here. Bounce pass to Stevenson. He straightens up, takes on 2, gets brought to ground.
This is courageous stuff by the Tuskers.
And that's just crazy play from the supporter, Bottas. He's unnecessarily launched himself at that ball on the ground. The opportunity's gone. And the third act of indiscipline, really just losing his mind for a moment there. All done it. Sometimes on the rugby field. Sri Lanka then after the hooter. They wouldn't mind putting 5 more points on while UAE's down to 6 players and going back as Richards. He's done well and he's under all sorts of, he's holding on to that.
Go, surely referee, and he does.
Tap and go.
Sees them. They're going to be in here again, aren't they? No.
Rodden's got them like a metre off the spot. That's a fortunate let-off for UAE anyway, temporarily.
Yes.
Dunshadayan, numbers, and it's 7 plays 6. Danuk with the ball in the hand like an orange. And he gets a late shot on. The intensity's out there, isn't it? It's, I don't know. Stevenson comes in with the late shot. Danuk with his first try of the series. They get the last laugh here against 6 men. Sri Lanka with the kick to come on 19 points. And there's still an argument going on between Rodden and Richards as we look at this try once more. You make your mind up at home. And no one likes to see the man carrying the ball like an orange. People take exception to that. Then he gets the stare. That could have gone from a pat on a head to a left hook.
Look, I appreciate the United Arab Emirates are here for the first time. They're trying to make a statement. They want to be competitive. But there's just something about their attitude that I don't quite vibe with. And I think it's getting in the way of their ability to really step forward and play. Almost a bully type attitude from some of their players. And it's simply not going to work.
Just looking down at the UAE huddle there with Perolini. Sure he's got something to say about discipline. There's a lot of pointing.
Well, he was an incredibly hard player himself, wasn't he? the Rocket Man. He could disassemble forward packs pretty much on his own, and when he was operating with guys like Junior Paramore and Peter Fatialofa and you name them, they were genuine rock stars. They did it with a certain humility. You certainly didn't see Apollo Perolini trying to roughhouse anyone. Didn't have to.
Well, at the very least, they've given the judiciary something to get their teeth into.
Well, that'll be worth the price of the plane trip then.
Yes, they always feel underworked and almost guilty that they're here.
Still they come. They hardly ever refuse. In fact, they never do.
Yeah, the JDO is a crucial part of the rugby instrument. Keep players in order, just in case the referee cannot.
Ready for action, are we? We are indeed.
Game 23 out of 40 this weekend. 17 games to go after this. We're looking at Sri Lanka, who've scored 3 converted tries against the UAE. Who've had 2 men in the bin in the first half. The temperature's quite high out there. Let's see what happens here. Good step in off the left foot from Riza. Puts the kick on. It's well picked up on the fly from Tobias Oakley. He's a fresh set of legs and he bolts through and he gets up the nice pass. There's Justin Walsh who's on as well. Another big man joins the field. Bortis gets taken around the ruck there. Matthew Richards takes on 2, tries to duck under. Volavola goes in with the bridge. Swing it back the other way now. Some very big men out there. Ooh, off the chest from Oakley. Reins it in and gives it to Walsh. Gets taken from behind for Jason. Flying in comes Suya Bandera to try and pilfer that one. Can't do it. Good continuity from the UAE. And then Botes on the run there. He sees a big gap that closes up pretty quick. Oakley cruises up and out to Volavola, and there's a one-on-one here. Surely Rich is going to have a go for the corner. He can't shrug off Kevin
tackle.
Dixon though. Very good tackle. And popped up indeed to Volavola, who was on hand. So that's better from the UAE. Some really constructive rugby there. Good phases, continuity. Didn't panic. Well finished.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? They put 2 or 3 bodies into the one channel, and they're going to suck at least half the Sri Lankan team into that side of the pitch. Potentially, if they'd used some passing a little bit earlier, they might have gone in closer to the sticks. But Kevin Dixon, that was a good desperation tackle. That in the end. UAE, that's better play from this team.
Manager Yusuf Shaker there for the UAE. Be a bit more pleased with that. Keep 7 players on the field, score tries. Conversion missed though, so they stick on 10. Sri Lanka 21. And that's just overcooked, just by about a foot. So they'll find themselves back on defence here. 11 points the gap. Still plenty of time here for the UAE. Here's Surya Bandara. 2 tries in the first half to him. He's on 3 for the tournament. Behind Yu Kam Shing on 4. Jang Jong Min on 5. There's Sri Lankan local expats getting involved. Oh, this is good straight hard running from Sudaka Dikumbura. And as he goes to try and get out the one-handed pass, he gets barreled. Now with the defence in tatters, Oakley, Volavola. He goes through 3 tacklers and tries to look for Oakley on the run around, but knocks it on in the process. There's good defence, real big gang tackle there from Sri Lanka.
Well, I like that from Sri Lanka. It's not really part of their play, is it, being physical, but they've been out there. They've no option really against the UAE, and they've stepped up to the mark. They should be getting a pretty good pat on the back, these guys.
Three minutes to go as Jeremiah Kilithanasau comes on in 10 for the UAE. Shove from UAE, but healed quickly by Sri Lanka. This is good straight running from Reza. He's just dragging him for about 10 metres. Over the top comes Oliver Johnson looking for the ball, and he's done well there. Volavola's keen to get things going. All the players are out the other side though. Here's Oakley. Gives it to Stevenson. They work their way downfield. Volavola puts on a little bit of goose. Good running back on the inside. Justin Walsh, good line. Gets across the halfway line. He's under all sorts of pressure there. They get it back. Here goes the replacement. Kilithanasau. Shows and goes on the easy inside shoulder. And it's a good finish from him. They stay in the hunt here. Jeremiah Kilithanasau. Takes them up to 15 points. They trail by 6 with a kick to come.
Will be a good finish here now, Booze. After what was a bit of an ill-tempered first half, we could be in for an absolute screamer of a final minute. Oh.
The brakes are working, aren't they? Had a good pump on them. So they've given themselves a shot here. 21-17. Into the final minute. It's been knocked on. It was a good restart, gave them a shot. There's a chance in that. Just couldn't quite get the angle on it to leverage it backwards. UAE still looking for their first win on the series. Scored 3 tries yesterday. They scored 3 today. If they lose this, they're going to find themselves in the 4th spot of the group. They could put on a big shove here, which I'm sure we're going to see. Got a very big front row. There it comes, and they turned it though. Yeah. That might just be the ball game. They've had a crack at it. These referees are sticklers for the rules, aren't they? The hoot is gone, so there's no need for any more points there for Sri Lanka. They wrap up their first victory of the weekend, and so UAE remain winless. They will finish their pool in 3rd and 4th with a 21-17 victory to Sri Lanka over the UAE. They will both go into the bottom side of the draw, going for the 5th through to 8th playoff.